H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is my favorite day of the week. It's my Women Rock Wednesday. You can see the young ladies from TSU volleyball are my women that rock the day. It's senior day. The next game is posted somewhere. I think I shared it. I'll get the information and send it to you. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get it to you right now. So, man, I had so much fun at the volleyball cluster that they had. Because I never. It's Saturday. Okay, this Saturday, October the 15th. H&P. It started at 3:00. They play against Prairie View. So go out and support the girls this weekend. What else I got? It's just so much. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Fellas, I see you out there. I see you. But y'all know what day it is. Let me check and see how many women that's on the feed, right? Oh, wait a minute. Mindy Collins, Dale Green, Mate Cook. Okay, Belinda Johnson. Okay, Anissa Moore. Okay, Anissa Beer. Okay, I said, wait a minute now. We did that a long time. So, as you know, when 5 women on here, I'm rolling. That's all I need, because five women is worth 1,000 men. So guess what? I'm rolling today. But shout out to those ladies today. You rock every day with me. I'm wearing pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I meant to wear it all this month, and I just looked at a note that said, Rob, I got to figure out where I'm going to get a lot of, I call it salmon, uh, get a lot of pink from, but I'm going to do it the best I can. What's up, Frank? But ladies, I got something interesting I want to share with y'all since y'all here. You know, um, I saw something the other day. Saw something, and I wanted to share with y'all. And where is it? Uh, First of all, welcome back to the show if you haven't been here. If you're new to this show, welcome to Black Talk Landia. It's Black Talk Land. Black Talk Landia, this space where we do our best to uphold the best in Black Talk radio tradition uh, um, by having the messiest and difficult conversations that about how our world got to be so messy and difficult when it comes to issues on race, sports, politics, youth sports, summer basketball, all that kind of stuff. We have these discussions because we recognize that by doing so, it helps us figure out how we can learn to be better people, how we can learn to build better communities, and as a result, we're able to shape a better world. How to the women, I am running point today, but when I get across the line, because gotta get the ball. Okay, I got you. Yeah, but it's I was uh, just thinking about these young kids, and I saw some stuff this weekend. Parents watching the games. I'm back in the gym again. So parents, I'm not watching you, but I'm watching you. Because it's a right way to do everything. It's even a right way to do wrong. Y'all get that one later. We get that. It's the right way. If you're gonna do some crazy stuff, man, do it the right. I mean, come on. But I saw some parents, and before I talk about that, I'm gonna talk about the kids too. But at the Super 16, I saw some parents of a kid of one team. Every time the other team, one of the other players do anything, they were saying negative things about the other player. And I found this so alarming to me, because if anybody know me, if you're terrible, I'm gonna have something good to say about you. But I just didn't like it. I mean, constantly on this one play. And they son shoot, listen, and their son is shooting all the damn balls, mind you, all the balls. But if anybody else shoot one, it's a problem. They just got beat by 1,000. But parents, no. The reason I talk to y'all about this, because I think about the word, I think of the word boundaries. Boundaries. Boundaries are important. You know, I was talking to an educator the other day, a friend of mine, and she said that her kids are loved when she is strict. Not strict as in disciplinary sense of strict, but strict in the sense that she have high expectations for you. Parents, I know you got high expectations for your son. And kids, when your parents, I want you kids to listen to, when your parents are in there supporting you, doing all this stuff, they got high expectations for you. All right? Got high expectations for you. Parents, I'm not going to get on you too much because I know you got high, but leave other people, kids, out of your mouth. Boundaries. The teacher, the educators, and this is a good one for educators. Educators, to get this to all your educating friends. And she said, I created a classroom and an environment where you are expected to succeed because I have high expectations for you, and failure is not an option. This is what she's telling her kids. And she said to her kids, she said her kids loved it. And parents, I don't mind you having high expectations, but if your son shoot all the ball, half the balls, and somebody else shooting half of them, that's okay. Your son can't shoot every ball, but you sit and talk negative about these kids. I'm telling y'all, I let it go. I had to pray on it. But it's so many, and I know them parents don't watch the show. But some people around them watch the show. And I hope they watching today. Man, y'all got to stop that, man. I'm not condoning that. I'm not condoning that. You remember the other day I asked you, I told y'all about when the guy sent me about grassroots, about basketball. I'm going to look at my notes. The number one thing, the problem in basketball, they said basketball. I had it. The number one problem that the people were talking about, I'm looking it up. The number one thing they said a few things wrong with basketball today. The number one thing they said was parents. Then the coaches was number two. But parents. Stop it, Herb. Stop it, man. I know it. But they still took my man money, man. Is they going to get that man money back? Herb, don't get me on a whole nother subject, man. No, I don't want to go there today. I want to talk about parents. This guy sent me something the other day. He said, okay, let me shout out to my girls on here too. Hold on. My girls in my back. These the women that rock today. Y'all women that rock, but these women, that's, let me say, hold up. We got Amber Johnson, number 8. We got Dallas. Dallas, I ain't gonna mess your name up. Balanay Flores. Dallas Balanay Flores. That's 13. And number 21, I guess that's and number 21 is Brittany Ong. Shout out to you ladies, TSU volleyball team. I didn't get a chance to watch y'all. Y'all didn't come on to 1 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, 10:30 at night. The old man got to be asleep. Y'all didn't finish the 1, but I'm gonna come check y'all out. Proud of y'all. and have a happy Seniors Day this weekend. Y'all, let's come out and support them this weekend. But let me get back to this. 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 Everybody, I got this serious today. I can't deal with mess today. I got to deal. Let me deal with this important stuff right now before I get into the the gossip. The gossip. Okay. I'm trying to get our parents that's sitting, our grown-ups, whatever, you sitting in the stands. And I'm sitting there listening to you have a constant conversation negative about another player on the team. And your son shooting all the damn balls. Your ass ain't gonna never be satisfied. This was the most extreme. That I mean, think about this, little Ricky Scott. Your son out there shooting every damn ball he want to. But if Barry McDonald's son do one thing wrong, man, he ain't this, he ain't this, and he ain't this, he ain't this. I said, wow. Oh my God, it was horrible. I wanted to take, you know how you take people in the corner and just shake all their ass? I wanted to just go shake them. Happy birthday to who? Who birthday is? Today is the beautiful day, even though it's ugly outside. My baby, Zaya, is the big 7. Oh, okay. Happy birthday, Zaya. Okay, I couldn't see that. Thank you. Y'all just wanted to shake them. Curtis, it was, and their son is good. Larry, their son is a bad dude, but he shoots all the damn balls. But they mad at the other boy because he gonna get a layup or two every now and then. What you want to shoot, instead of shoot, if it's 100 shots, you want to shoot, instead of shooting 50 of them, you want to shoot 100 of them? No, I saw this on that. I was right there. There was the mom and the daddy and the summer coach. All of them talking negative. I got time today. Look at Mindy. Mindy happy than I can't say it. Mindy happy today. Mindy, guess what I did yesterday? Astros was playing. I turned it off. I went play golf, and Jimmy gonna text me, man, we up 4-0, but don't turn it on. I said, I wasn't turning it on. I'm playing golf. I ain't thinking about them Astros, and I'm so glad. See, I need the Astros to get 100-0 lead. That's the only way I be. Because them 1-2 lead, they lose them 1-2 games. That's all right. You happy though? What's up, German Johnson? He say, finally get y'all welcome German Johnson to the show live. But no, I ain't. No. I ain't saying to keep. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you, Miss Don. This kid, I would say, this Robert had a talk. He's supposed to shoot 50% of the ball because they're going in. He shoots the piss out of it. Don't get it wrong. I ain't saying he can't play now. The kid can play. But so why is they mad at somebody else who's shooting the ball? Y'all got to realize I dealt with this stuff in high school with my son. People talk about him all the time. Never forget, one day they lost in the playoffs. He came and just hugged me and cried for a long time. I said, man, why you hugging me this long? Dad, you just don't know what I've been through this season. The jealousy and the hate. Own teammates. Their parents. I said, man, come on, man. Worry about that stuff. I said, hey, they talked about Jesus and he helped all of them. But Donna, the dude can play. But why you worried about somebody else, son? That's my biggest problem out here, y'all. And I hope this message gets, and I was talking about boundaries, Donna. Y'all need to share this one. Because, you know, I was talking to this educated friend of mine, and she was talking about her kids lack for her when she's strict. and not strict in the disciplinarian type of sense of strict, right? But strict in the sense that she have high expectations for them, right? And she said, I created a classroom and an environment where you are expected to succeed. So I'm telling you, kids, your parents expect you to succeed because the teacher said she had high expectations for you and failure is not an option. And she said her kids love it when she has high expectations of them. I'm talking to my educators. I don't know if you think like this. If you think like this, just say, okay, Hatter. If you don't, just start it this way. She said it almost like a challenge to the kids. When they encounter an educator who believes in them and knows, and they know what's the best is expected of them, they will rise to it. That's why they call it what they call it soft bigotry of low expectations. Because if you have low expectations of a child, they will sink to that as well. You follow me? So always, teachers, always. That's why I'm always encouraging people. That's why I'm always doing. I don't want them. I'll come back and say, boy, they played terrible, but I love them. You follow me? I don't want you to, I don't want I don't want you to sink down to those low expectations because I expect more of you. But kids love boundaries. Kids really do respond to boundaries, y'all. I ain't trying to tell y'all how to raise y'all kids. I'm just telling you. I'm just giving you information. Don't kill them. But adults also need boundaries. Let me give me a drink on that one. Me too. But we are bad at setting them for ourselves. We're bad. And we are not quite sure why we do. But I saw this post and I thought about Women Rock Wednesday. It's from some doctors, some therapists, mental health therapists. It's called The Little Tip from a Therapist. Check this out. She said, burnout is not a symbol of how hardworking, how nice, or how productive you are. Burnout. That's not a symbol of hardworking or how nice or how productive you are. You know how people talk about burnout. I'm working so hard, I'm burnout. Running yourself into the ground is not a way to show people how much you care. Burnout is a sign of unhealthy parameters with yourself and others. Meaning it's a lack of boundaries. So when you are burning out, it's because you have not sufficiently established boundaries around your capacity and around your limitations and around your ability to excel in a particular arena. But when you get in that thing, she said, repeat this to yourself. Overextending myself is not healthy for me. It's beneficial for me to have limits with myself and others. I'll repeat that. Overextending myself is not healthy for me. It's beneficial for me to have limits with myself and others. Thank you, Coach Tom. Thank you, Miss Doctor, the therapist. Thank you. And then it's Women Rock Wednesday. I saw something, and I want to share with y'all. I thought it was amazing, and I want y'all to vet it, okay? Because they told me about this. I think this morning, but I can't wait to get off the show so I can go because I'm always thinking about kids. Uh, are y'all for anybody familiar with this lady called Coach Tony? This is a sister who essentially is a math genius, and she's teaching a 3-year-old child, and her 3-year-old child and is taking the world by storm by creating cultural, competent, educational materials for children, our children. She's got this system called trap tables where children are literally learning their multiplication table through trap music. As we know, culture is a very powerful learning tool. Also, we know music is an extraordinary, powerful learning tool. But I want you to look her up, Coach Tony. She called it trap tables instead of a multiplication table. Because I'm telling y'all, when I was a kid, the I loved it because I wanted to beat everybody else. But I just all I did is try to memorize the multiplication table. They give it to you, and I just wanted to beat this dude named Michael. I wanted to beat this other dude. I just wanted to beat Edgar. I wanted to beat them. I wanted to beat them. I wanted to beat everybody. So I had to learn my multiplication, but I didn't learn it through music. I didn't learn it. I just learned it through. So Coach Tony, look her up. Y'all tell me what you think about it. And I thought about this, but I don't want to go one day further because Jimmy mentioned some last night. But it's something been troubling on my mind the last few days, and I'm gonna get this off. Hey, Derek, I'm gonna get this off. Ed Russell, you gonna understand me. I'm gonna get this off my chest this morning. But let me tell y'all something. Uh, Before I go into the Rockets, because I'm gonna go into all of that in a minute. I got to get this off the table. Let's see. Well, I'm just trying to see how I'm gonna go. We got to pick a side. Not, no, we don't have to, but sometimes we got to pick a side. But the last 72 hours have rendered me speechless. The last 72 hours, over 200 innocent Palestinian babies have been killed. Over the last 72 hours, over 1,000 innocent lives have been destroyed, and nobody is saying anything. I am grievously concerned at the overarching silence that is taking place from every corner of this country. I'm looking for those who were touting and railing against Black Lives Matter, the people who were against it, and substituted it with and said all lives matter. Y'all remember them people. Those who are saying all lives matter, do the lives of Palestinians matter? I am concerned that humanitarians, even the government, is picking sides when nobody seems to be on the side of peace. Ladies and gentlemen, I am concerned that the deafening silence of evangelicals who touted it for the protection of life that was inside a womb, but will say absolutely nothing about the lives that are being decimated as bombs are dropping and the President of the United States and the Vice President and Congress standing in lockstep without even saying or mentioning about it. How it is that apartheid is taking place and yet nobody is speaking truth to power. I am concerned that we are not hearing any calls for peace from the United Nations. And for all of those calls for all of those who call for peace in the wake of terrorism. I want y'all to be very clear. So you won't say, listen to me. I want y'all to be very clear about Robert Hatter. I think that kidnapping is wrong and rape is wrong. But I also feel that apartheid is wrong. I also feel inhumane conditions is wrong. And I also feel illegal occupation, occupying of a territory is very wrong. Occupation, I'm sorry. If people who know oppression, like us, subjugation, firsthand, we should not, in fact, we should lift our voice and speak truth to power. I'm praying for God's intervention because I know that's who it's going to take. But it's unbelievable. I need him to move in that region. And to those of you who are not dealing with crimes against humanity, I'll tell you why. Because the water is shut off. The electricity is shut off. The power has been shut off. The internet has been shut off. These, in any other context, would be a crime against humanity. So I didn't want to go, but it been troubling me. So I had to mention, Gil Scott Heron mentioned this. But I just wanted to share that with y'all to let you know what my mind been these last 72 hours, man. It's hard for me, it's been weighing on me. It's been weighing on me. But we got Travis Hunter is back, everybody. It's steak night. In case if you want to go out tonight, it's steak night tonight at Cleopatra's Cigar and Cognac Lounge tonight. Steak night. You got. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you what you get. You get a 16-ounce ribeye. You get asparagus. Because I'm trying to picture it, y'all. That's why I'm using you get a fried baked potato. You get a glass of wine. You get a cigar. All for $45 on steak night. Start at 5 o'clock tonight. Cleopatra's. I just wanted to get that out there because I saw it on there. But I don't want to go too much more into it. But I do want us to know, our people to know, in case you don't know. First of all, we don't have a Speaker of the House. They just ousted the Speaker of the House because Congress, they in an uproar. But remember, when you hear the name Hamas, that's an organization. Okay? The Palestinians are the people. Not all Palestinians are part of Hamas. Not all Palestinians even agree with Hamas. Not all Palestinians support Hamas. Hamas is a political organization because of the fighting between Hamas and Israel. Now Israel is going into Gaza where the Palestinian people are, and it's just devastating. They saying we just gonna kill Hamas, so we killing all the. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's why I say we got to pray for this. We got to pray for this. I'm serious. You can't do this, and you can't talk your way out of this one. God got to intervene on this one. But back to I just wanted to share that with you. But back Where was I? I talked about the parents. Oh, I want to talk about the Rockets. I got to talk about this Rockets last night, y'all. Y'all remember I went out on a limb. I went on a limb. Your boy got kicked out in the first game. I didn't put it on tape, but I should have. But I didn't put it on tape. What's his name? Dylan Brooks got put out the game in the first few minutes of the game. He go through a pick and grab a man's mid-region. Come on, man. What you doing with your hand on this man's stuff, player? What are you doing? But back to my kids for a second. I want to talk to my kids one more time. I want to talk about them one more time. I saw this and I thought about our kids in Houston. Don't ever do this. Watching the game last night, Rockets game, Obi Toppin, the guy didn't pass him. He a professional basketball player. Kids, don't ever do this. Watch this. Now this a pro. Body language screams, man. Young players' body language screams. He's slumping his shoulders after a missed shot in the corner. It might not seem like a big deal, ladies and gentlemen, but over the course of a season, these small rocks create an avalanche. Play with next play mentality. Body language doesn't whisper, it screams. Now, the shooter, Curtis, got an obligation also to me. He got to say, man, I'll get you next time. If I don't like my bad. He just said, man, hey, I'll get you next time. But when I see that from these guys who get paid to do it, somebody need that. His ass, me and him have a problem if I was a coach. No, if I was a GM, we'd have a problem. We got to stop this, man. We got to stop this madness. Man, because ain't nobody pass you the ball. I told y'all what Coach told my guys a long time ago who's complaining about me shooting too much. You know what Coach told him? Curtis? You know what Coach told? He said, did he miss any? He said, yeah, he missed them. He said, well, consider every one of his misses a rebound, a pass you. Go get the damn rebound. That's the worst kept secret in the world, Aaron. That's the worst kept secret in the world. Everybody knew this boy was going to class up. Worst kept secret in the world. Go get the rebound. I know. How many of y'all have ever told a player that who came to you whining about somebody? He won't pass me the ball. That's all you tell him. Did he miss any? Yeah, he missed some. Well, go get the rebound and consider every damn rebound. Every time he missed, consider that a pass to you and go get the rebound with your lazy ass. That's what the coach really told him. But I want to give you some stuff on the Rockets. We can talk about the Astros. They won last night. They beat the brakes off Minnesota, and I hope they win tonight. Because they can't play around with these guys. Them guys scary. Them guys scary. I just watching them play. When I went back and watched the replays, those guys they're a little different. But I'm gonna give you some positives about the Rockets because I came on. I went out on a limb. I went on a limb. I just said with the addition of Emi Udoka and he said he had the coach tell him somebody got the rebound. Now, my coach didn't say that. He told them, did he miss any of them? Because see what happened, he got to make, because he came in there talking about a player, so the coach had to make it personal to his ass. He wasn't gonna tell him what somebody got to read. He didn't tell him that. He didn't tell him that. But yeah, the Rangers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Corey Willis. Corey Willis, when you start cheering for the Rangers, when they was getting their head tore out and getting walked down by the Astros, or now, I'm just Corey Willis to put up go Rangers now. But I ain't been seeing this Rangers, but for the last couple of days, Corey Willis, I didn't hear you the whole season talking about the Rangers. But if you were, I beg to be corrected. But let me give you some positives on the Rockets. Let me go here, because if Jimmy come on, I let him talk about baseball. He like baseball. I don't like baseball, but I like the playoffs though. But the positive for the Rockets, these somebody sent me this. He said, take these with a grain of salt because it's just preseason. Okay. Jabari Smith looks so much more fluid and comfortable. Said, in my opinion, he was our best player last night until Cam Whitmore took over late. Cam Whitmore, oh my goodness. Man, if that young man can keep playing like that, oh my goodness. Okay, Corey, but I ain't heard you say nothing about the Rangers though. Ain't Dallas got, wait a minute, Dallas got more than one team. The Rangers is Dallas' only team, baseball team. I'm just checking for a team, just checking. The Rangers, okay. All right, I got you. Then I want to talk about Cam Whitmore. He has some areas of improvement, but he is going to be a force. He gonna have to be able to force his way into this rotation. If he keep this up, he had a really good second half. Let's see who else. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to go down the list and just tell you what I saw about him. Fred VanVleet is not doing too much. He was playing well within the flow of the offense and made all the right decisions, I thought. Love the way Emi Udoka staggered the guards in the first quarter. I watched that. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. What else? Amen. Top draft pick is a rebounding machine. He had 9 rebounds. His defense is good, and he shot 5 or 6 from the free throw line. And they told me he couldn't shoot. Hey, man, Kendrick Lewis, let me tell you something. We don't even worry about your comments no more. You made a comment yesterday, and I asked you several times to clarify your comment, and you didn't come back on it. So we don't even care about what you and Kyrie doing over there. And we don't care about that. We're talking about the Rockets right now. Sengun, he was probably the best defensive big on the floor last night for the Rockets. I thought he was impressive. Dylan Brooks, he got put out the damn game in the first few minutes. But then I saw some negatives. Okay, take these with a grain of salt too. These just grain of salts now. Jalen's jumper, Jalen Green, he gonna be good. Jalen Green's jumper was off in the worst way imaginable. He could not hit anything that required to flick his wrist. I don't know what he'd been working on. I don't know what he'd been doing. He usually hit a shot every now and then. The man couldn't buy a bucket, but maybe that's this preseason. That's why you work these things out. And a man's finishing is also non-existent. He missed a lot of layups. Sometimes saw him struggle. They say struggled in training camp, but he gonna be all right. Wasn't I don't even worry about that. But Cam was good, but his decision making still needs improvement. He's just a little wild to me. So many times there was a open man waiting for the extra pass, and Cam just either wasn't looking it or missed it. And this dude Landale, but who was balling his ass out in Phoenix, he doesn't look that good. If anything, he's coming off a serious ankle injury. So, but those are the things I saw in the Rockets game last night. But I saw that they had the pick and roll cooking in the first half. I don't know if y'all saw it was nice. And what I also saw, and I knew was going to be a vast improvement with Emi Udoka being there, I saw that their defense looked greatly improved. Man, if you saw the Rockets last year, man, Jalen Green was all over the place trying to play defense last year. And the way they were switching and working around screens and locking down the paint, it was like night and day compared to last season. I just hope they keep that up. So I'm just giving y'all some stuff to pay attention to. But then I saw some bits, and I went around the league and saw bits and pieces. I'm gonna tell you, Imani Bates had 10 points in the fourth quarter. He was shooting the piss out the basketball. But then I saw something about ESPN, and y'all help me out this. Shout out to Coach Banks. She on watching today. Coach Banks, TSU women's track coach. I love Coach Banks. She gonna get that one. But y'all ESPN ranked. Y'all got to help me with this one, especially the women. ESPN ranked Ja Morant the 9th best player last season. Now they got him ranked the 35th this season. Of course, yes, Johnny, were you on the show the other day when I told y'all coaching matters? You know what? Somebody called me and said, man, people don't understand how profound what you said was. Coaching matters. But y'all know what? I'm going to get back to the Rockets in just a second. Because it's Women Rock Wednesday. And I saw something, women. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with it. Okay? I got to get this to you. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Wow, these women rock. Somebody look up for me right now the Fearless Fund. Because I got to give y'all this information, man. The Fearless Fund. Okay? Fearless Fund. Y'all look it up. Because I want you... I believe coaching is essential. Of course, coaching is essential. Look it up. Because I want to call out these ladies by their name. And they probably won't have their names in it. And I know their names. But their story. Oh, yes, they're in it. Arian Simon and Ayanna Parsons. 2 general partners. Okay, y'all watch this. Women Rock Wednesday. I got to go here. Then we're gonna get right back into sports. Let me help you. Hold the coaching. We're gonna talk about coaching when I come back. Remember, when I said because this, I'm finna go off in something. But when I get back, coaching, I'm gonna try to tie this into coaching. I'm gonna try. Dr. King said the next phase after civil rights is civil rights. Now that we free to eat at the lunch counter, now let's get us some bread so we're able to pay for it. Civil rights. For us to have access to capital, I've been talking about this over the months, and equity in the marketplace. I talked to y'all about Affirmation Tower and how these venture capital funds don't lend money to people that look like y'all and me. For us to be whole, to flourish, and to be able to thrive, forget just have a job. There is an amazing warfare, ladies and gentlemen, that is taking place, not just in Israel, I just meant to you, but this warfare is taking place against Black entrepreneurs in this country, in this culture right now. And let me explain to you why. there is an escalating fight over the diversity in business. It involves the Fearless Fund by those two young ladies that I just talked, which is the first venture capital fund built by Black women of color for women of color. So that means if Teen Trina and Sonya Billis want to start a business and they need some money, capital, Wells Fargo, who they bank with, ain't gonna give them a quarter. All these other ain't gonna give, but this one, it was founded black women to fund women of color. Y'all, this powerful. This is powerful. Check this out. According to the fund, just 0.39, that's less than 1%, of venture capital fund goes to business started by women of color. Currently, right now, when it comes into the tech industry, which is the fastest and largest growing wealth producing industry in the world, you need capital in order to build those companies. Y'all hear me? Those are capital intensive companies. So listen to me. This Women Rock wins. I'm going to get back to sports in a minute, but I want you to have you got your silver rights. And they're trying to take them from you. But now if we get some silver, SILVER, then we can bow some of these judges and we can bow some of these congressmen. We'll get to that later. But let me get back. You need capital in order to build them companies. Like I said, these are capital intensive companies. What I mean, they are not companies like CPG companies. If you don't know what CPG, consumer packaged goods. They ain't like that, where you can just bootstrap and go sell your product from door to door. This ain't this kind of company. These tech companies, if you understand, because my son is in the tech industry, that's why I know a little bit about it. He educated me. All the education I gave him, now he educated me on this industry. So he said, see, you need money in order to build out the product in these tech industries, in order to establish a tech team and to get the engineers to design your stuff. That costs money. But the reason you have to celebrate, it's a reason to celebrate. This is the only venture capital firm in this country that is financing Black women to start businesses. The one. It's called the Fearless Fund. That's why I told you the Fearless Fund. Go find it. This firm was in court last week, y'all. They are being sued by Edward Bloom and the organization called American Alliance for Equal Rights. This is the same organization that overturned the affirmative action stuff. I told you the rich billionaires, Edward Bloom, these rich billionaires putting all this money in there that turned back all the rights that we got. We'll get to that later. They're suing. They're alleging that the women in Fearless Fund were discriminated because they invested in Black and brown women. Watch this. They have raised over $50 million and growing. Let me give me some water. Hold on. If y'all ain't clapping for it, I'm gonna clap for it myself. Cause how many women you know done raised 50 million with y'all badasses out there? Where them claps at? Y'all, I say something. Let me give me some more water. I say something. Sometimes people act like this is a everyday occurrence. Let me fill my water thing back up. Y'all just hold on. I'm gonna repeat that again because I don't think you got me. Let me hit it again. Hey, them two women I just mentioned, y'all. Hold on. What's their name? Hold up. What's your name? Arian. Arian Simon and Ayanna Parsons. They raised. Women Rock Wednesday. Where my women at? They raised $50 million and growing. See, for some young black women to have raised $50 million to help black women start business, this is very important. See, my young athletes out there, them young women behind me right now, I hope y'all listening. Because these old grown folks, they don't care. But I hope y'all listening. It's very important. The people are suing them are the same people who won the affirmative action case back in June with the Supreme Court, who Donald Trump packed with three of the worst damn justices in history. Took one from LeBron, from your homeboy Barack. Just told him, you can't, just get out of here. You're gone on. Barack should have fought for that. Same people, Supreme Court ruling for higher education to not have affirmative action. These the same group. They bankrolled up now. They got lawyers. They bankrolled now. Don't play around now. Also, to be mindful that they're not only focused. I'm finna miss you. I'm finna miss. They're not even focused at all on the Fearless Fund. They are just simply just having a lawsuit. They're not focused on the Fearless. They don't care about no black women getting no money. It ain't hurting them. I'm a billionaire. I could get it. But what they're doing, they are using them as a baseline for a precedent's case. See, when you have a preceding case, that's when you can go to the Supreme Court to stop all minority funding to all women of all races and to all colors. That's what they want to do. They don't want y'all to win. Y'all remember now, you come a long way, baby. Y'all white women, y'all still couldn't vote. Your white men can vote, but your white women, you sitting there going to sleep with them, having babies by them, and they still wouldn't let you vote. And then when you get your independence, you left the black women out. Tell me, no, we just want to. I don't want to go there. Got to start looking at our history. Check this out. Yes, this is a reason to sound the alarm. In the event they would ever have any success, that's the precedent that they are trying to establish. This is the same organization, this alliance group, that if they had their way, they are shut down all HBCUs. They've been trying. And an organization that benefits blacks and Latinos too, HBCUs. It is a threat for some reason to them that they are suing these girls. Let me show you what they've done. See, this I'm just trying to give you some stuff that we need to start doing. They have threatened their investors. They have threatened their donors and their corporate partners, JP Morgan and Chase. They threaten them. wrote letters to them. Amazon, they threatened them. The Bank of America, MasterCard, Allied Bank, and others who have come along with the Fearless Fund for this ride. They have received threatening letters from conservative Republicans in the Senate to stop their funding. And you tell me voting don't matter? They have been going after y'all affirmative action for 20 years and actually got it done. Funded by billionaires who are very clear about this war. While we playing basketball, how do we combat this? You know I'm going to tell you. Because we're self-determining. Because we are raising money to fund our own industries and tech. And now we're trying to stop. They trying to stop that with a lawsuit. You're suing Target for having a program to develop black leadership in your company because you're saying they're racist because they're developing black leaders. You calling Target racist? You got the schools. You just won the schools. Now you're going after industry. That they are trying to, these people just trying to even the playing field. But America and you people, this bill is due. Y'all know what happened when the bill become due. You got to pay. Do we have an answer to this? Y'all, again, we got to go to the momentum of memory. We got to remember. How did we fund each other before? You know how? We brought each other's wares. This was Jim Crow, of course. We went and support Mimi's, New Orleans Cafe, and Oyster Bar. We went and supported Cleopatra's Cigar and Cognac line. We went and supported Solomon and Bryant wines. See, now we can go anywhere. Well, I could just go here. Papados, this is by my house. But it was a time they wouldn't let your black ass in these places. Let me keep going. That's how we get over. That's how we win. Because we have I remember when we used to support the churches, the mosque, the Nation of Islam. We funded each other. Not on a scale talking about with this Fearless Fund, Trey, but guys like Ed Bloom. See, I love these guys, because they're going to force us to fight. They're going to force us to recover our memory of how, or we just going to die. Either way, let's just have it out. Because when we gone, they going next. In fact, you might precede us, Edward Bloom. The point is that we got to support each other because we have no choice. The class stratification that usually happened in a capitalistic society was forestalled. Meaning what? When we were trapped together with no external support, we turned to each other. And that means that there wasn't any black upper class or black quote unquote elite to escape from the black masses. See, they got us separate. They got Beyonce over here. They got Puffy over here. They let you see that and think you can do that. And they ain't thinking about you. Remember, y'all remember when we used to have to travel and had the green book? We had to stay in the hood hotels. And some of us wanted to stay in the nice hotels because the entertainers they wanted to, but we had to. Because they didn't allow us in there. Some of these hood hotels were nicer than others. So now, what would we do? This is what we do. We would try to develop a hospitality program at an HBCU in partnership with Marriott to get more diversity to a hotel chain. There's nothing wrong with that because the young people who are going into those realms might want to start their hotel chain, their own hotel chain. But guess what? You can't. You can't beat Conrad Hilton, Chief. Conrad Hilton, you ain't gonna be with the Fearless Fund. This is a challenge, y'all. I'm gonna tell you why it's a challenge. But I might have a solution, but it's not might be a satisfying solution because it doesn't rescale immediately. You know, we like the stuff right now. Let me be very specific about what I'm talking about. The Fearless Fund has several partnerships with big banks, as we know, who are providing some of the financial capital. Now, that relationship allows them to do more for people. Talking about the Fearless Fund. And they solicit applications to get this money, right? Well, Edward Bloom, the billionaire, who is who got so much money, we just can't catch up with his money. Why? Because he made his billions off of stolen labor. In order for us to catch up, you have, watch this, to have a wealth transfer of epic proportions. Like Katrina Frank talked about in her book, Repair. She said you have to have a wealth tax on all of you billionaires. Now you see they fighting that in the Supreme Court. Go look up the wealth tax. You know what I'm talking about. And you ain't going to do that. In fact, you have bought the whole Congress to make sure that it's not a wealth tax. Shout out to Matt Gaetz and the rest of them and that Republican Party up there who are destroying the federal legislature as we speak. The point to that it is their mission. See, y'all don't understand. A lot of these congressmen, when you see them talking, they've been bought and paid for by these people. So you can't catch. So we can't catch them on policy alone. We can't get them. We're going to have to fight. We're going to have more black representatives, more brown representatives, more progressive representatives. We don't surrender any battlefield. We can't, y'all. Different people in different places with different roles. I got a role. You got a role. Eric Harrison got a role. Sheila Jackson Lee got a role. Everybody got a role. When it comes to the Fearless Fund, these sisters are trying to achieve something quickly to scale. And that's very important. But here's the problem. They are faced with a social structure I've been telling y'all about, how they see us, that has never declared a truce with us. And if we have any momentum of memory, we got to start remembering. We understand, y'all. And I'm going to give y'all these last 3 points and I'm going to get back to sports. That the Civil Rights Act of 1966, which predates the 14th Amendment, ratified 2 years later, said that you cannot use race to discriminate against anyone in their ability to, among other things, make or enforce contracts. It's very important to understand what I just said. This is where the billionaire Bloom and his flying monkeys, lawyers, you know them flying monkeys on the he the Wicked Rich of the West. And she had the flying monkeys out there. That's why I call them flying monkeys, the Lord, are attempting to assault these sisters because they are saying that this is Bloom saying that the Civil Rights Act of 1966 prevents racial discrimination in making and enforcing contracts. You remember these women said, we're black women, we're funding companies for black and brown women. So they're excluding all the rest of the women. They should have just said, they shouldn't have put that in there. To me, I might be wrong, but I wouldn't have put that in there. Because this is where they can come back and fight them. So watch this. And when you give out this money to these applicants, that's a contract. And you can't discriminate against people because you have entered a contract with them. These sisters, and I know they can't share a lot on their strategies, but I'm thinking, it's just me, but I think the strategy that their lawyers will argue is they're not making contracts. They're making grants. When you make a grant, it's not a contract unless you have some provisions on it. Whether the courts are going to buy it or not, I don't know. But I just want to let y'all know, it's Women Rock Wednesday, what's going on in this world. And now we can get back and talk about sports. I didn't want to go a whole week without giving y'all this. So what was I? What was I talking about? What were we talking about? Somebody said something. Somebody said something, man. Hold up. And they said, oh, we're talking about coaching. Oh, they talking about coaching, holding players accountable. Fearless Fun looks good for female interest. No. Female, black. They should have just said, well, they couldn't do that either. I don't know. Thank you, Eric. Eric, sometime, Eric, we could be up here. I told y'all can go, like I'm finna go on here ESPN right now, right? And I can find all this on ESPN, this other stuff. But where y'all gonna find what I just gave you? Where you gonna find it? So let me get back to these Rockets. I'm gonna get a little bit about, because I mean this is our team. I was thinking about how they did what's the boy name? John Morant. Hold up, I had something for y'all. I want to share this with y'all too. I told you ESPN put John Morant. Last year he was the 9th best player, and now he's 35th. How in the hell you can go? You see the ESPN is the social structure. It's not the government structure. Ain't 10 best play. Ain't 10 people better than John Morant in this NBA right now. But that's what they say. But he did some over the weekend. Who? Oh, D Rose helped John any of his game and professionalism. I don't know. That remain to be seen. Good question. Uh, uh, Derrick Rose has made a lot of mistakes, and he can help him through a lot of stuff. But he said something to Ja. He told Ja, "I ain't come here to be your babysitter player." So I don't know. I don't. Y'all, Ja Morant, just to me, I just think he do some stupid stuff. But all he got to do is cut out the stupid stuff. There's no reason to drop him down from ninth to 35, fifth. Thank you. He said that's a heck of a backslide by ESPN. Y'all think about these. Y'all love ESPN. Y'all love them. So I'm always saying what I'm gonna say. Let me tell you what they got in here at ESPN. They're talking about the young kid that moved up to the 25 class. Okay. But if he don't know some of this, if he don't know, if we don't get to that young kid now, what is AJ DeBancer? If we don't get to him, DJ AJ, we don't get to him now. Guess what? Then they're gonna do him the same way they did Ja. He gonna be Ja. He gonna be Ja. Y'all, all of these guys is just work. Look at Kai Jones. All of these guys are a few transgressions away from being Ja. That's when people keep telling me, man, he grown. Man, they still need our guidance. I can't believe y'all. Maybe some of y'all different. But my son at 28, he calls and asks me for advice still. Maybe y'all just said, forget y'all. Man, I ain't answering that phone. Man, don't call. No, y'all, we got to constantly be a mentor, constantly be an advisor, constantly be get this to life be lifing. Life change every day. I know I'm looking for a few great men. I want us to adopt TSU program, basketball, and for basketball program. And the reason I said the basketball, the women's and men, because I know a lot about them and I know a lot of things. We need to adopt. We need to get together, man. And scholarship is one thing. These people ain't getting a whole lot of NIL money. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Only serious inquirers. It's certain little things that these players just don't have the luxury to get and have a lot. I'm looking for a few good men and women if possible. But I always go to the men. They ain't asking you for nothing. I see a need being around a program. I see the filling station that opens after they go to practice and they can get healthy snacks and stuff like that. I want to upgrade everything about that. The school doing a lot, but with our help, can more. Certain things that young women need monthly. Young women need every day. It just stings, man. We got to start helping out HBCUs a lot more. We just got to. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com. Just text me and say, man, Rob, let's sit down and talk. Rob, let's sit down and talk. Let's sit down and talk. We got to get this stuff, man. No, not on my watch, because I see it. See, people ain't going to talk about it, but I see it. I'm watching. Just the little extras. I'm telling you, it's real. See, everybody's, everybody don't have parents. I sit there. My son said he was was at dinner or something, and they were sitting around the table, and everybody was telling how much they have to pay for student loans. He said he couldn't believe it. Then he called me and said, "Man, thank you, man." I said, "What?" "Thank you for putting me in this position. I ain't got no loans to pay back. Some of y'all get scholarships, I understand some, but y'all know them kids still need money. They still need stuff on these college campuses. They still need stuff. He needed stuff. I never forget. Every time they used to love for me to come up there. Every time we I come up there, they know, guess what? It's Walmart run. And and I just did it for 4 straight years. And some of them people on his team was rich. I wasn't worried about them. I was making sure my son was all right. But a lot of these kids don't have that. Miss Barron. So what can we do? So if all of us do something, it ain't no strain on none of us. Chop Shop Htx at gmail.com if you're serious. On call playing. We ain't got time for nobody playing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Trey Phillips. Man, that filling station is a lifeline for them. Thank God Kevin Granger, VP Granger, thought of it and said, man, I want to do this. The filling station, they go get whatever they want. The student athletes. And we got to do something, man. I'm going to leave that there. I'm serious about that. We got to do something. NBA superstar Ja Morant is blessing multiple college teams with special editions of his new Nike Ja 1 sneakers, including an HBCU. Mississippi Valley State is one of the 4 college programs that will be gifted the signature sneakers with the Memphis Grizzlies superstar along with Murray State, Memphis, and Radford. It's a connection. See that? Johnny, I know what you're talking. Johnny. All I said, Johnny, you know what I said? Need a few good men. And women too. Listen. ChopShopHTX@gmail.com. We're going to get on the phone and we're going to figure this thing out. Right now, I want to start with the women's basketball team and the men's basketball team because I traveled with them. So I got to, you know what I'm saying? So let me get back to Ja. Ja played his college ball at Murray State, and one of his assistant coaches, Shane Nichols, is now at Radford, and his younger sister, Naya Morant, is a freshman at Mississippi Valley. I'll get a chance to see her play when TSU play against them. They said the other 3 schools will get the same ember color way of Morant signature shoe, all the shoes, but Mississippi Valley State, however, got a special delivery with an unreleased colorway. That's his sister, yeah, and it's not expected to debut until closer to Halloween. Okay. All right. The Mississippi Valley squad is set to take the court for the first time November the 2nd when it faces Voorhees College. Hopefully, Naya Morant will get a little action in her brother's signature shoe. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Just had to share that with y'all. I like that kind of stuff. Y'all, there's some stuff happening in college basketball that they're going to try to sweep under the rug. And I'm going to talk about Coach Creighton's coach. You know, they have all the conferences are having their media day, and Coach Greg McDermott, the coach of Creighton, he says that people are sleeping on Villanova this season. And he said, check this out. Mamas and dads, check this out. He said they got 7 seniors. How many bad teams out there exist with 7 seniors in today's day and age? Think about that. 7 seniors on a team. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Coming right back. Got some more. Got more for you. Share the show. You know, I don't like to tell you to do that, but share the show. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Someone had a birthday party at our restaurant next door, Mimi's New Orleans Cafe. They asked if they could smoke cigars on the patio. Told them yes, and they stayed a little late, and they said we don't have anything like this in this area. So we decided to pray on it, and collectively we decided to move forward. You know, there's a need for it. This is this old part of Richmond. It's growing. The new courthouse is right there. The sheriffs come here. We get their full support. They just had a function here a couple weeks ago, and we get everybody's support, and we're just going to continue to grow with the community. We have baby grand piano, we have jazz trios, we have DJs, and we have some theme nights. We have Greek night every first Friday. We have something that we're creating right now called Smoking Word. It's a full service over here. We have a mix.
Welcome back. Y'all, I just saw something, man. I just saw something. I'm going to hold it for a second. I just saw something. Somebody just sent me something. Just hold on. But Kansas men basketball team will receive its infraction case ruling today, and penalties stemming from the federal corruption investigation that began 2,206 days ago. The men's basketball team had been charged with 5 level 1 violations. The school has imposed a 4-game suspension on Bill Self and Curtis Townsend, and the pair also had recruiting restrictions. It will be interesting to see if KU and Self gets hit with anything else, since most of the schools involved didn't get hit with much at all besides Oklahoma State. Man, my partner lost his job at Oklahoma State. For stuff if he was doing now, it'll be legal. He shouldn't have did it. He got caught. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. I see Penny just helped the family move. When he was the summer basketball coach, not even a coach yet. The kid was on his summer basketball team. That's like if Coach Woods, I use Coach Woods because he coached summer basketball. Coach Woods helped one of the kids on his team out, help them move right now, okay? Then a couple of years later, Coach Woods get the job at U of H, or SMU, because that's a school. Kid decided to come there, highly touted the kid. People hating on him, people mad that how he go there instead of go to the mighty Kentucky. So the Kentucky and them put stuff out there, and they messed around, and the kid couldn't even play for Coach Woods I'm really talking about James Wiseman and Penny. I'm just using it here so y'all won't we taking up a bit. Coach Wood, all he was doing is helping somebody out. He didn't know Tubby Smith was a coach. Penny didn't know Tubby he was going to get that job. It was 2 years out to make 3 years. And they hold that against him. And these people here been caught on wiretaps and everything. And let's watch and see what they're going to do to them. As they going to tarnish Bill Self's name. So y'all got to watch this stuff. No, sing it. No. Let me help you out. They said how many bad teams. Let me hear it again before you go to talking about. They said how many bad teams out there exist with 7 seniors in this days and age. They didn't say 7 seniors gonna win every game and win the championship. They did not say that. He said, how many bad teams out there exist? That was the question. Maybe it would have been a good idea to just go find me bad teams that got 7 seniors on it. So you saying Oregon plays St. Louis and NCAA, and they with a lot of seniors. I said 7 seniors, and they sent their boys home. I didn't say they wasn't gonna win every game. You can lose, but he said how many bad teams exist? How many bad teams exist? That was the question. See, sometimes maybe I need to repeat stuff sometimes because maybe y'all get it. They didn't say because you got 7, you win a championship. They didn't say that, and I didn't say that. But what else? But then y'all are look down. Somebody send me something. I got to send y'all this. That NFL that we so love. Because I ain't going to lie, man. I told y'all I'm conflicted about the NFL right now. Alfio, listen to this. Alfio, listen. Y'all got to hear me on this one. He don't play. He don't get hit. He don't get no operations. He don't get. All he do is take the flat for the owners. I think this is what I might want to start doing. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm finna start lobbying for this damn job. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell is nearing a 3-year extension that would push him to the $700 million in career earnings mark. His most recent annual salary is believed to be $64 million. Now, let me help you. Roger has overseen unprecedented growth in billions in media deals during his tenure as NFL commissioner. Okay, I ain't saying he ain't did nothing, but I just said he ain't got hit, he ain't got crippled. Hey kids, grow up and be a commissioner of a league, not a player. Jason Peters, Roger Goodell, I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I wasn't talking about him negative because he a bad dude now. Don't listen. He a bad dude. Because all these media deals and all this money that's happening, Roger Goodell is spearheading this stuff. I know this for a fact. He got these TV networks and these sponsors lined up like They can't wait to hang with old Raj. Now Goodell is approaching another huge contract that has been months in the making. Oh my God. Hey y'all. They got the best league in the world. Yo, the NFL is everybody. There's people standing in line to pay to get on with these people, man. Man, listen. They just sold a team for $6 billion. A terrible team for $6 billion. Jason, talk to me, man. Alfie, yo, I know your kids listening to this. I want to grow up and be Roger Goodell. You think I'm gonna go get my head beat in? I'm finna say, Roger. I'm gonna send Roger so many what you call it? Resumes and LinkedIn's. He gonna say, boy, something wrong with this dude. Wow. Kevin Lewis. And if those seniors have experience throughout these, oh, I like y'all still talking about it. I like that. I know, Jason, they kick each other, but Jason, he get free use of a jet, so he ain't got to use his money on the jets. Man, I'm going off script. Wow. They just said 10 minutes ago, Kansas and Bill Self-Penances delivered, and there is no postseason ban like they did my man Mike Boynton. No added penalties to Curtis Townsend. Now, if you want to talk about something, wow. I want to be like Roger Goodell. If y'all want to talk about something, I see you, Jimmy. Hold on, let me get you right. Let me get you right. Jimmy, did you hear? You remember a few years ago, we get on here, somebody hollered out talking about how do they need to fire Roger Goodell? What I said, what I tell him. You probably don't remember. I said, man, they ain't find him for nothing. Robert, he messing up. You remember, I ain't gonna even call the name out. You got to remember, because it was man, they need to fire him.
You say he worked for them. He don't work for the players. He worked for them.
No. No, you missed it. No. This person who was on our show said the NFL gonna fire him. The NFL gonna fire him because they had the Kaepernick stuff, then the kneeling stuff, all the stuff was going crazy. And the players get beating up the wives and beating up the women and caught on tape. And Roger Goodell said, man, they need to fire him. Jimmy, hold on. I just saw something, Jimmy. Hold on. That man working on an extension, Jim, to make him, that'll be $700 million. Oh, Roger. Jimmy, I want to be like Roger. Y'all can be like Mike. I want to be, Roger ain't got no injuries, no headaches, no bad knees. Jimmy, Roger, he makes $64 million. Jimmy, he gets used of the company jet at any time at his discretion. That ain't part of his package. Compensation package. So Jimmy, he don't have to fly. Jimmy, he don't have to use his own money for his PJ. Jimmy, these young fellas, y'all better try to be commissioner, try to put yourself in a position to be a commissioner of one of these leagues. Those they get paid. I just had to hand that to him, Jimmy. And Jimmy, I was talking about your homeboys ain't got nothing. Your homeboy Bill Self and them got away with Jimmy. No postseason ban. No more nothing for him and Curtis Townsend. They ain't gonna get nothing. And I know you didn't expect it, but little old Mike Boyden, Cade Cunningham, tried to make Cade Cunningham not be able to go to the tournament that year, but I guess they amended it. But coach, all of that, what people that went to jail, people that lost their jobs. That if they would have been doing this stuff now, it would be legal. Wow. Must be nice. Must be nice.
I mean, you just said expectations what drives some of the stuff. So you just said a while ago who expected it. You didn't expect them to happen to them. They understand. They just had a situation where there was a player on the team that has picked up a rape case on top of a case of assault case that was, I think they dropped it to a misdemeanor, but still was an assault case against, at that time, a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. So, and did nothing happen then, you knew what time it was. Guess what, man? I mean, some people, I just wish that, is there any black coach that you think would get that much protection from job protection after being accused of different things at every single turn?
Jimmy, they got this man on wiretap, man. They got these folks on everything, coach.
He's not
Jimmy, where's the 3 games suspension? Like you remember they gave Penny talking about 3 games suspension. They gonna get Penny.
He got suspended too for a couple of games.
When?
Self had to sit down. He got suspended. I think to open this past season, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. See, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't remember.
But
wow.
I mean, this is why I understand something. It's funny as hell. Speaking of jumping on NCAA stuff, is because as we speak, there's a judge deliberating on a potential game-changing case that just concluded the arguments this morning, and they're waiting on a verdict. And this case is from the Dartmouth players, student athletes, in regard versus whether they should be deemed employees versus the student athlete moniker that has been held.
And Dartmouth players are not scholarship players either, Jimmy.
No, that's why they came from that angle from the Ivy League, which makes a pretty compelling case, because those guys are really the ones that's supposed to shut up and push your pencil, not even worry about.
No, them the ones that do the thinking. Don't get it twisted.
Shut up and push your pencil. That's what I said.
Okay.
Push your pencil instead of shut up and dribble.
Okay.
Push your pencil.
Well, they pushing the pencil then.
And that's just what they're doing right now. And if this judge rules that they are in fact employees, here's the thing: one of the key components of this case. Sometimes you just look at the fraction. Don't let the scary number fool you. When you simplify that thing to 1/2, and you start thinking about it, you say, wait a minute, that's a hell of a point. Here's what they came, basically in a nutshell, Adam. They found the consistent evidence where the team trainer, so to speak, let's say the trainer, they have been paid under what they call it work study. So they are paying those, and they have to go and fill out the W-9s and all that from the other members of the team, like those not necessarily de facto walk-ons, but the trainers and whatnot. So they're saying, wait a minute, if they're part of the sport that's helping to generate the revenues, and they're called employees, then why aren't the players called employees? That's basically the gist of this case, which it's really, I mean, you never really thought about it from that angle because nobody really applied that angle because of the fact that Ivy Leagues, they don't have the scholarships, so to speak, that Division in the same facet for what a Division I schools issue them out. So now, in a nutshell, from somebody that's been through it, you can explain to them basically what's the difference between the Ivy League. They don't have scholarships. What does that mean? For people
You got to pay.
I mean, it's like, how do they basically put it together? They have a formula in place. If you
Yeah, they got a formula. I mean, ain't no formula. They give you a financial read, and if your parents make over a certain amount of money, you got to pay. And if your parents make under a certain amount of money, you ain't got to pay. You can get one of them, a Pell Grant or something like that. You can get a grant. Yeah, you got to pay.
You got to pay.
So most of them parents, they're well, you know, a lot. Now I ain't gonna say most, but I don't know. I don't know the percentage. If I ain't never think about it, but they're not. They're not. And Jimmy, and I'm gonna tell you a unique thing about it though. What I found out, like let's say, like when my son's coach got fired in his junior year, because you know the kid got saying they raped the girl on campus. One of the player from here, one of your players, Jimmy, said he raped the player. Then he found out he didn't rape the player, but the coach, Cornell, have never fired a coach in their history. Jimmy, have never fired a coach, but they fired it, Robert's coach. So he was so he had an option to go and finish as a student, right? Finish as a student. Coach, guess we finish as a student and don't play basketball at all. And then he would have a year eligible to play anywhere else and a Cornell degree. But I said, hell no. We stand and we playing. We ain't quitting. We ain't going. We ain't coming up here for no coach. I love coach. We came up here to get this education. You graduate on time with your team and your class. But so yeah, you have. It's different. It's much different. You pay, Jimmy. You have to write that check. That bursar's office is gonna send that damn bill to your ass, and it's gonna come due, and you got to pay. And so that's the difference. That's the difference.
And we're talking Ivy League schools. And if you're just tuning to the Chop Shop, we ask you to share the show, if you will, to your timelines, to your groups, to your pages, or even your stories, and let that way somebody can get a chance to become abreast to what we're providing and the intel. Once again, that Dartmouth situation, everybody is watching real closely on this, and I'm rooting like hell that judge would go and take a stance in favor of deeming them student employees, because if they're deemed employees, then on legal,
that's presidents. That's said presidents.
Yes, that means they're case in point for anybody else to cite them. Of course, then expect them to go and appeal, and then it could go to the Supreme Court. Then if it does, then you'll see the NCAA start to beg for the government to step in, and as they did, it'll repeat this entire process. But it will wake people up of what's inevitable. What I got also is for you guys, it's intriguing. This is not NCAA stuff. This is in the state of Texas. I applaud the efforts of a lot of the high school coaches who were adamant and galvanized themselves together towards implementing or persuading the Texas Association of Basketball Coaches, that's the TABC, to sent another survey out about the shot clock. And they sent that out, and the results are in. This is now they're supposed to use these results when they have their meeting, right? That is coming up about possibly implementing this new rule, implementing the shot clock in boys and girls basketball in the state of Texas. 86% of the coaches who returned their ballots from the 6A schools were in favor of a shot clock in Texas.
80%, 86%.
86% of those who
So
returned
it's 14% said no.
of those who returned their ballots.
Okay.
And it was a majority of the schools in the state returned their ballots. Let's just put it like that.
Okay.
You follow me? So it wasn't like, it wasn't like it did a poll of 10 people. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a poll of 25 people. This was over 200 different schools represented, which is eye-opening. 86% of the 6A schools, right? Now, meanwhile, on the 5A schools, 76% were in favor of. 76% in favor of the shot clock. In the 4A, 65% of the boys, right, compared with 59% of the girls. Now, on 3A, the number decreases to 63% in favor of for boys, 51% for girls. That means they're mixed. It's a dead heat on the girls' side. And of course, in 2A, 52% of the boys, which is even pretty much, 41% of the girls, which means 60%, the majorities were not in favor in class 2A. And in 1A, both of the boys and girls, the majority were not in favor of. So as you can see, it's contrasting results for the largest schools in the state versus the smaller enrolled schools in the state. The majority of those smaller schools do not want a shot clock. The majority of the largest school, they want a shot clock. So that we have, and total, it was right at 1,400 schools responded with their ballot during this poll. Approximately 1,400. Now, the thing is, what happens next? The superintendents and the school districts, they have to say, but they can be influenced by some of their coaches at from the high school coach, that is. And because one of the biggest hurdles was the economics that goes into installing the shot clock and paying additional for the manpower or the extra person that it takes to operate that shot clock per game. That is an extra added expense. And so my thing is, that is for them to figure out, because to me, it's no difference than if the referees were to increase their rates by $20 a game. It's no different than if the medical personnel on staff was to increase their fees. Then you have to find a way to afford that as well. But then the installation of the shot clock is a one-time expense. It's a one-time expense. If you're charging $2 at the door, then you got to charge $3 at the door for the guests to project to offset the cost of the on-site personnel. Which
I got a question. You've been doing this stuff and talking about this stuff ever since I've been on this show. I know we've been talking about it. Why do you think they haven't done it? Why do you think it hasn't just been done Yeah, I know you're thinking all of these years. How are you thinking? Everybody around the country saying you need it. Everybody, because they're getting kids ready for college. What? Somebody got power that it's some people that got power that they don't want to succeed. Some of these little small hick town. I don't know
Yes.
what is the problem.
It's the same thing. If you look at elections, Howard, and the
Oh,
voting concept, the
okay.
makeup of the blues and the reds, just think about that because we're coming up on election time. Yesterday was the deadline for early registration. But think of it like this. Of course, Houston and DFW, those are what people consider blue areas, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Okay.
when they
So
put
the
them little,
rural areas don't want it.
but they don't want it.
Okay.
And you look at all them red dots and
Mhm.
all them, and it don't sound like much. They're not, but those red schools, see, that's the thing now. Those schools is collectively one vote. If they were to treat this like they treat electoral votes, then cities like that is a school district like HISD or a school district or a school would get more power because of their attendance. It doesn't matter with them voting, how whether you have 400 students or 4,000 students,
So
it's still 1 versus 1.
I know, but
And
I got a question because some of the private schools, like the SPC, got it passed. Aren't some of those in rural areas?
well, the SPCs, it's only about maybe 16 of those schools in the state of Texas,
Okay.
16 to 20.
Okay.
And
But
hell,
some of them would some of them be in a rural area?
I'm quite sure, but hell, we got what 5 in Houston. We got about 3 in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
About at least 5 in Dallas. Hell, that's the majority right there. So I don't think many of those are in those areas.
Okay. Okay.
Unless
So-
you're counting Waco.
Okay, he said most of those are in major cities. Okay,
Yeah,
I got
those
you.
in major cities. I broke that down.
So us major cities are being handcuffed by the small cities. So, and they in the game they you said a big bank take little bank. So the little bank is taking the big bank.
Big bank is taking the big bank, and like I said, it's simply you can once again for people that don't, and I use that the legislative, the legislative branch of the government. I use elections as an example, and it's similar. For somebody at some point in time, Adam, had to convince somebody that even though and make people understand, okay, look, we're gonna get Texas should get more weight in the election than Montana because they have this many people. Somebody in Montana was like, no, we want 1 vote. They get 1 vote. And somebody overruled them to say, look, no, this in all fairness, they will get their
the more people represent. Yeah. But
but
that's in the House though, Jimmy. But in the Senate, in the Senate, everybody got so Montana is just as powerful as Texas.
In the Senate.
Which it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's the craziest thing. Jimmy, you got to realize you got to realize who developed this thing long time ago. Them folks. Our founding fathers just wasn't, they didn't have everybody in mind when they started all this thing. So when you're using them analogies, them people, we couldn't even vote. We wasn't even considered citizens back then when they started all this.
Well, and a lot of people that ain't just watching that don't live in Texas, and that's why I was painting a picture kind of close to where you can understand from afar. And a lot of these small towns in the state of Texas, you got to realize, oil has been the Texas they're one of their greatest commodities.
Yeah,
in a sense, I'm using sex in the word commodity, but oil. So a lot of that oil is prevalent in a lot of those rural towns, in those rural areas. That's where a lot of the long money is, but their schools are smaller. That one school town. That's why when they play football, the Cuero Gobblers, the Odessa, they have more than one school in Odessa, but when they play football in Diboll, Texas, or in Lufkin, Texas, the whole town shuts down on Friday night. They're going to watch those guys play. Well, those things down in Diboll, one of the industries down there is oil and timber and all of that down there up in that area. So these people they're in the room. They're in the room.
So you saying ain't nobody in Houston, in Dallas, got no weight like them people? That's what you telling me?
Most of the money, the economics, the individual family economics in a city like Houston, most of them are going to private schools.
Oh, okay. They don't care. The money people don't care. I got you. Okay.
Most of their babies, most of their kids,
I'm saying,
most of them kids going to private schools. Just like in Dallas.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Okay. All right. So the money people up there, kids going to the regular schools because there ain't none of them up there. I got you. Okay. So the money people here don't care nothing about. They don't care. If my kid going Kincaid, I'm not thinking about what. Hey, I got it at Kincaid. I hold up. I got it at Kincaid. We got a shot clock at Kincaid. So I see what you're saying. I see.
Yeah, and then of course Barnes, he said UIL makes the rules, not TABC, but TABC is they have heavy influence on the UIL because if TABC wants to, they can go and start their own if they wanted to. The UIL is just like the NCAA. UIL don't own them schools. They're the governing body.
They just govern the school.
They're the governing body of their extracurricular activities.
But I was reading one time how that thing came in existence. It's some bull crap. But man, let's not even. I don't even want to go there. Let's talk about something.
University of Texas.
Yeah, but man, I know, man.
Alfio, let Alfio give himself a pat on the back. Alfio, University of Texas.
You know how I feel about UIL, man. I don't even want to. Boy, that's a headache. That's a headache waiting to happen. Well, so what? So are we any closer? No.
They got at this point, the optimism is there because they took this type of vote.
Hold up, can we succeed? Can we just say, succeed from saying, look, hold up. Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, we the major, man, forget the UIL, man. Let's just do this.
I mean, I don't know the exact infrastructure of how it's passed. I would be passed, but I just know it's from afar.
All contracts
they all going
are made to be broken.
Put it like this. Let me sum it up. Let me sum it up like this.
They don't care enough.
In those rooms like there, in those rooms, when you're in a room where everybody, when you're in a room where there are several people in the room that's dirty, and other people know they dirty, but you dirty too. So that means y'all got to just play the game and get along. That's how UIL TABC, they're going to get along. And because,
I'm glad I ain't got to deal with these niggas. I'm glad I ain't got to deal with them.
But as somebody said, though, the key to it, and I've mentioned this, and this is so you guys understand, if more young, active coaches would get involved and push them and propelled, and then once get in, then one can be identified, and you anoint that one and you push him through the ranks. It will take a 3 to 5 year process, and you got to get more people. That's a direct representation of most of the schools or the constituents that you're trying to fight for. That way you won't, when they get to the table, they just won't say, well, man, think about it, Al. You coming to the table, all you want to do is change the rules for volleyball, right? And I'm trying to change something for basketball, right? And then what's going to happen is I'm going to say, well, you know what? I'll help you vote your volleyball in if you can help me vote my basketball in. And that's part of lobbying. That's part of politics. But it will take somebody's to go and get involved. And it's yes, a couple more emails you got to send out. Yes, it's a little bit more paperwork you got to do. But if you can make that difference, and it can change a lot of things in the state of Texas for as high school basketball. Could change a whole lot. You got to realize now we got it. I mean, it's cool, but then certain schools, I want to say Illinois, they just ruled. I think that the privates and the publics can't play together no more. It's one of these, either Illinois, Louisiana, they're going backwards with the segregation component of it.
Hold up. That is Muda said. The 3 major cities have departed like the basketball coaches did in Illinois. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, galvanize, mobilize. And that's what it would take. But then what happens is, it's kind of tricky, man, because let me tell you something, Al. This movement of them doing these surveys, that's what happened. That's what happened. There were coaches that were on the ground were sending a survey out to different guys. I had a few of them send them to me. Hicks, can you send this survey out to some of your coaches that you have in your database? And I was wondering why. I'm like, damn, why you got me sending? Why you asking me to send in? Y'all part of the TABC? It's a questionnaire. A questionnaire. They were like, man, send this out, man. And then now I see when the results come in, because they were pissed off because the results and what people had been telling them about this shot clock out in the past, that didn't match up to everybody to get to the room. Like, man, I didn't vote against it, or I didn't vote it. So if everybody's saying that they like it or they down with it, then who the hell is all these people that's voting against it? That's what kind of like came about. And sure enough, they all get the ballots out. And you have a new guy that's over TABC, Johnny Carter, nicknamed Hawk, used to be the coach at Hastings High School for years back. It's back when BJ Holmes and all those guys were there. And Hawk is over. He's just reversed roles with him and Rick Shirley. But so now this goes as a feather on Hawk's sleeve. If he can get this implemented, he will forever be remembered as the guy in TABC who got the UIL to implement the shot clock. It will go on Johnny Hawk's Carter's watch. We'll see how this goes down if it does. We'll see. So that's a good lesson in
for some reason, Herb want to talk about this girl, but we ain't gonna have time, man.
It's false.
About
it's false. They had new evidence. What's the new? That was new evidence.
No, she was. I mean, they done find him now, Jimmy. He trying to get that bread back. So he gonna even get if this stuff is true, and we don't know. I don't know everything. I don't know enough about it. I don't know enough about it. But I'm just sitting up here laughing. They talking about Mel Tucker, but your homeboy, what's the boy named Aaron Meyer? You remember they called him? It's crazy, Jimmy. Hold up, man, it's just something, man. She said, I must protect the lives and the confidential information of third parties that have nothing to do with the case. That's what Man, I told you it sound funny, but I still blame him, Jimmy. Don't put yourself in that position, partner. Quit tricking. You put yourself in that, you sitting up here out of all of them. Jimmy, that's call them lazy, shiftless Negroes. That's what I call them. All this clout you got, you finna go mess with that and lose your job. I'm still mad at Mel. I ain't mad at the girl. She hustling. Jimmy, she was out there hustling. And he sat there and he told her, and she told him. She probably told him, look here, player. She told him what she had told him. Like, I like sugar daddies. I just don't like married sugar daddies. But I like sugar daddies. I like to be kept. And he should have ran when she said that. Should have ran. But he gonna play around and get on the phone and whack off whatever he was doing. Jimmy, let me tell you something. I still blame him. I still blame him. That's all. Mel, you got to watch that one, Mel. That's just like messing with one of the little co-eds on the campus, man. Come on. That's in your contract. You can't do that. He messed up. That's all. That's all I can say about old Mel.
Freaking Mel. But you know what? It's going to be interesting. I mean, somebody has to rule on this evidence because they're submitting this and this is going to be intriguing because a lot of money at stake.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of people that's crossed lines now and said different things. Does that mean that he's totally
tell the truth? Yeah, everything. Yeah.
But you got to have clause and the due process part. That's the thing that they may have jumped the gun and ignored some evidence that was probably, if this evidence was, they had this, and then that means it's all likelihood that somebody ignored this evidence from the start. We also have going around the horn, sad news on the NFL front. The young fella from Thurgood Marshall High School, the running back, Devon Chain. He's going to miss a couple of weeks. He was on pace.
He gonna miss more than a couple of weeks, Jim. Because he on IR. You go on IR, that's at least 4 weeks.
That's 4 games at least.
No, at least. Yeah. That means you might not have a chance of making it back.
I'm wondering if something else is going to come of this because it smells like somebody, they were trying to hide the injury at first. Remember, it leaked out and they said, no, ain't nothing wrong with him. You know, why are you jumping the gun? You know, and sure now he's reported to be out. And I'm wondering, I'm paying attention and wondering if that's how is going to happen with the Miami Dolphins. They still have enough firepower to keep rocking. I think they're 4-1 on the season, and that is the Dolphins.
Man, they still talk about man, y'all better leave. But you know what though? But guess what, Jimmy? Even if they find out, see the crazy thing about it, I think, even if they find out this girl did set him up, he still brought harm to the university. And that's what the language there. He brought a shame to the university. Even if it's wrong or right or wrong. And Jimmy, he admitted to doing the other thing. Even if it was a shakedown. He admitted to being on the phone and doing what he was doing with the girl who the school had paid to come and talk to. It's just crazy, man. I don't know, Jimmy. It's going to be hard for him to, Mel, you got your hands full, buddy. I hope you win that case. You're going to spend a lot of your money because them lawyers going to come at you for your money you already got.
Yeah, I root for him. He's a brother. So if he got grounds, I understand that he got grounds. Get you, you know.
Yeah, you can root for him all you want.
If there was any one of them other guys, one of those white coaches, there'd be, you know, go in and get what's yours if you are, if all of your evidence supports your side or your stance of your truth. Put it like that. So otherwise, as we get ready to land this plane, got to get up out of here. And that is, you guys know I'm gonna say it. How about them damn Astros? I told you guys. Adam, you know what the Astros is? A road game for the Astros is a home game for other teams. We the road warriors. I mean,
y'all are 50-something. But Jimmy, what about this team that won 100-something games, man, and get their head swept?
They named the Dodgers. Dodgers
ain't got swept. I'm talking about the Orioles.
What? Well, yeah, they did.
Orioles got swept.
What, you know what that does for the Astros? that yields the Astros. I done froze up.
Come
There
on
we
back.
go. That yields the Astros home field advantage in the next round. That's what it does. That's what it does. That's what that does.
But we're
And
not good. You just said they road warriors. They're not good at home.
yeah, but still, though, the crowd, you get one more extra game to root for them. It brings the ambiance to the city. We understand that. But then guess what? Guess what? If you beat us at home, we beat you at your place, then it come down to the last game, game 5 or game 7, in that sense, and we'll take our chances then. But that boy Alvarez, let me tell you something.
I like him.
No, let me tell you something. The owner, I ain't never met the owner before, but only thing I
Jim
can,
Crane.
yeah, I've never met him before.
I'm going to make
But
sure you meet him then.
but let me tell you something. First of all, no owner or of a professional sports team get to where they are from being dumb. Today, because they had liquid, they created their wealth
Oh, he's smart.
outside in other entities. Understand something.
Hold up
This
now. Hold
man
up now.
was
Let's stop. Some owners are born into it. Okay.
yes, I mean,
All right, let's go.
a
Okay.
few of
All
them
right.
inherited a few of them,
Okay.
but you can count them on. You can count them on one hand. The ones that inherited them. But this guy here, whoever influenced him to go and sign Alvarez, remember they locked him in, Adam, about 2 years ago. They locked that joker in for about 7 years.
Well, but you can always get out of contract.
But in many cases, when you lock a guy in that long, they end up flatlining or they level off. You know what I'm saying? Like they played. I got my grade.
Jimmy,
This
how
dude
long?
right
Give
here.
him a couple more years.
Let me
Then
tell
you
you
gonna be wanting to run his ass up out of here.
no.
You and Mindy, I know y'all will.
No, you know why? Because they can DH him anytime they want, and not and
He
it's
done
not.
been a DH before.
Yes, he played in the outfield the other day.
Wait a
But they
minute. Wait a minute. I knew
what
that
DH,
meant
what DH stand for? Tell me what it stands for.
designated hitter. Mindy. Mindy. And Jimmy, wait a minute. One of the leagues have a DH and one of them didn't. They used to be. Right.
They used to be both.
They got rid of that.
Yeah.
But
Used
I
to
just be
the,
wanting to know what Mindy. Man, she ain't said nothing. She must be busy over there.
yeah. But hey, man, Dusty Baker.
Y'all was about to run him way out of town, man. Y'all was about to run.
But some people wanted to run, and that's crazy. And I've always been a defender.
I
Let me tell
thought you was
something.
one of them.
No, what? Hell no. Not with Dusty. I've been down to 2 picks since day one.
Is you or Mindy wanted to run Dust out of town? It's one of you two.
No. I've been down with the 2 picks since he come to town. I told you,
but
any guy that can spit out the corner of his mouth and the 2 picks stay in the other side, I'm always down with that.
I'm gonna tell you when he had me when he started speaking to the Spanish press.
Oh yeah.
He was my dude when he started. I said, whoa, huh?
His wife, you know, his wife from across the water.
Oh, okay.
They've been married a while. Yeah. So, you know, he lived in L.A. Come on now.
That don't mean that.
East L.A. Come on.
That don't mean that, man.
East side. You got to go over that. Say, man. They had Dusty with the cane, with Ronald Isley cane when he walked into the stadium in Minnesota the other day. He had his cane with a toothpick, with his overcoat, with an apple hat on. Somebody got that picture somewhere, I know. Send that thing out. Dusty, man.
I saw that, man.
Hey.
He had an old man ass suit on. That's what he had on. He old man. He had an old man outfit on.
Yeah, he had a little unit on. I mean, but you know, but get what? I got some numbers for you. Got some numbers for you to crunch on. In 8 years since Dusty been in 8 years, right? Of managing. That's what, you know, including the Astros. 8 years. He has 90 plus wins in 7 of those 8 seasons. He's won the division title 6 of those 8 seasons. The American League Championship Series, he's been to 3 of those, right? 2 World Series appearances, 1 championship, that's Dusty, right? And of course, he's right at 60% of his wins while in Houston. Say, man.
Man.
And
I love Dusty.
they wanted his head because he would not start Chaz
McCollum
in center field as a everyday starter. That was what this start. That's what when they went bottom line when he brought Brantley back, then it kind of disrupted.
That when the mess started.
And that's when all the mess started.
But I got one for you. Somebody said, how strange is baseball, Rob? They said the Orioles, who I just talked about a minute ago. You didn't want to talk about that too much because I know you love your Astros. They go through an entire season and don't get swept in any series the whole season. They get up here in October and get swept. Only one other team has ever done that. It's the 1998 Padres, who is managed by, guess who? The manager, Bruce Bochy, the team that beat them. The team. Boy, this is, man, hey, them dudes, man, how do Arizona Diamondbacks, man, I ain't even heard nothing about that. Them all season.
Arizona was doing well this season. They came in second place.
Right, that's right. They came and whooped the brakes off the Astros a few times toward the end.
Not this last series. They didn't. We not this last series. We ran right through them.
Oh, okay.
This last series.
I'm just trying to see how I remember. But Rod, why you done ran Rod Wells off the show, man? I don't like that, man.
Hey, man, Rod Wells, guess what? It's gonna be a funeral tomorrow. I'm gonna wear black. Wear you some black tomorrow. Gonna be some funeral. Wear you a patch of black or something.
No, I gotta wear pink, man. I gotta wear pink for the rest of the month. It's breast cancer. You got breast cancer.
Put your black cap on or something.
I'll put a black cap on.
It's gonna be a funeral. The Dodgers gonna get swept. They played today, and the Astros would have been playing at 1:00 had the Rangers at Baltimore won yesterday. The Astros would have been playing right now, and but they moved.
That's why I'm sorry. I meant the Rangers manager, Jimmy, Bruce Boat. That's what I meant.
Yeah. He's with the Rangers.
But it's still ironic, though.
But guess what? That means Astros are 1 win away from Texas, the state of Texas, guaranteeing a team in the World Series.
I don't want to hear about it. I don't like the Texas. I don't like Texas Rangers. George Bush used to own them. I ain't liked them since. Yeah. See, I told you, man, it's deep with me, man. Hey, I'm consistent.
Were you consistent? Well, guess what? If that's the case, I'm quite sure every other team out there. So every other team out there got an owner that didn't have.
They ain't been the president of the United States. Ain't no every other president. So I ain't been the president.
I'm saying some misdeeds or some.
I didn't say nothing about no misdeeds. I just said I didn't say nothing about his misdeeds. You mentioned his misdeeds. I ain't mentioned it. I just said George Bush.
Well, guess what? If they from the state of Texas, if Astros win, whichever one of them teams win, I'm good with it.
Well, that you can be good with it.
State of Texas in baseball, and that way.
Don't be sick, because now people thinking you're backing out on Astros. Yeah, I see you weaseling. You're weaseling out on the Astros right now.
Know that people know what's.
You don't believe in Astros right now. I don't think you believe in them.
Really?
Mindy nervous about the night. Tell Robert, we got one more game. Robert, we have one more game.
That's Mindy. You know.
Oh, Blue Heaven is listening, baby. Blue Heaven.
Blue Heaven is praying. What they do? He just got a choir verse.
So wait a minute. What's the score? What's the score in it?
They down 0-2.
Oh, that ain't enough to be worried about.
Oh, 3 games. It's the best of.
They can win 3 in a row.
Advance. They're gonna win.
They can win 3 in a row.
Okay, all right.
That's Blue Heaven, baby.
2 of them gotta be. 2 of those 3 is in. The next 2 is in Arizona.
And they road warriors. They got Mookie on their team.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm with you, Rod Wells, man. I'm with you, baby. I'm with Jimmy, they can sweep them boys, man. They gonna sweep that little old team, man. Yeah. Yeah.
You think so?
I'm with the Dodgers, man.
Guess what? Funeral tomorrow. We'll get somebody to do
Hey, keep Avery somebody. He'll save me a seat in the back of the Angels, but I'm not gonna cheer for the Rangers. No, sir. See, Mandy always be there. She used to tell Jimmy, don't say too much right now. Mandy be nervous.
And guess how that worked out? Guess how it worked out? With
Not every year.
A World Series ring last year. That's how it worked out last year.
They didn't win that the year before.
That was last year.
I'm talking about the year before. What about the year before?
She didn't say that the year before. She said it last year.
She said every year because she be nervous.
She should have told me the year before, and I'd have kept talking it. That's what she should have told me 2 years ago.
Well, guess what I'm going to do tonight? You talking smack. Mandy, guess what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to watch the game tonight.
Oh, you mean WNBA? No, WNBA on. You need to watch.
No, I'm not watching no WNBA. I'm watching. Who pitching? Who pitching tonight? Is my dude pitching? If you go, I'm going to look it up myself because you finna tell me. You finna tell me.
Javier was last.
Oh, what his name? What start with a U?
Urquidy is on the mound.
Urquidy, that's his name. Urquidy. Yeah. See, Mindy. Urquidy.
Understand something.
What?
The Astros are doing this despite the fact that 2 of our top 3-4 starters are not even in the plane in uniform.
What is?
They're on the injury reserve. They're out for the year.
I'm going to put my picture.
Lance McCullers and Luis Garcia. Remember Luis who do the rock? Look, remember they changed the rule because of Luis. Remember he couldn't rock.
He ain't there.
He been out most of the year.
Oh, I miss him.
Luis Garcia and Lance McCullers, they are going to be very well rested for next season.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. So you know what, Verlander, V. Hey, bro, it worked out good. We cool with you. We don't even need you no more. Go on about your business. We good.
Man, I'm sitting here looking. Oh, Blue Heaven all right. I thought we was down 3-1. Oh, we good. We good, Jim.
What the hell the difference if you're down 3-1 and you're down 2-0 and it's been a best of 5? If you're down 3-1,
I thought we was down. I mean 2-0. I thought we down 3-0. I'm sorry. I thought we was down
3-0 mean it's over with.
I know. Oh, it's 3-0. It's best. Oh,
that's the 3.
They're gonna work. They're gonna work. They're gonna look. Hey, Jim. Watch what I'm saying. Watch. Hey, mark my word. Just like I told you about my Rockets, Jimmy. You see my Rockets last night? Did you see my Rockets? I ain't said that in a long time.
I didn't watch no Rockets last night.
What?
No preseason ball, man, basketball.
Man, I watch everything because I want to see the improvement. I want to see some of the dudes that get cut. I got to look at them. I got. It's gonna be some dudes that you ain't gonna ever see no more. I ain't worried about it. Verlander said he is headed home after the nice game for rest. Everybody gonna be headed home, right? Jim ain't the whole team.
He meant there's no more games in this series. He's gonna get rest to the weekend.
Okay.
They're gonna clinch this thing tonight. And hey man, you see Pena make that play in the hole for that double play yesterday. That Pena went in the hole, stabbed that ball, flipped it over to Altuve, and he flipped that old thing over there to big fella Abreu. You see Abreu with 2 dangers? He ain't hit one. He hit 2 dangers. He hit one so fast. And hey man, and then Big Papi come up there. Calvary.
Pena to get into second base.
Hold on.
Pena to get into second base. With Pena to get into second base. Pena to get into second base. With Pena to get into
You know he had to come back and explain why he was grinding.
Yeah, and that's a good explanation. Whether it's true or not, that's a good one. That'll get you everybody off your back. You put them kids in the way and let them know, man, some kids asked me to do that.
See that? See how many be doing me, y'all? Watch this. This is what makes me so mad about her. This what, man, I'm going to put it up there right now. Y'all, this what make me so bad about her. Ain't nobody said nothing about nothing. I just said my Rockets. Now I said when Emmy Adoka came, I said I'm gonna start cheering for him, didn't I? Jimmy, what I tell you? They what? Guaranteed to do what? Make the playoff. Didn't I tell you that? You get to writing the list. You still got your list over there? Tell me who ain't gonna be in there? Rockets gonna be in there, guaranteed. How about that? I'll see y'all on tomorrow. Mindy.
I heard the other boy got kicked out the game last night too.
I'm so sick of him already.
That he came. What city he came from?
Canada. That's why they was born. That's why they was born. He been grabbing privates up there in Canada. Man, he was wrong for that one, man.
Shout out! I see your looking at the Dora LeBlanc. She said, shout out to everyone battling breast cancer and their families, including mine. I saw a post online. Dora's mother is battling breast cancer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And so yes, guys, you send a prayer out for the as she goes to conquer this cancer, and that's a good thing. So I'm
gonna wear pink for her tomorrow too. So make sure she watching, Dora. I'll see y'all tomorrow, but we out of here. I gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta get on up out of here, man. Y'all make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Plenty of baseball today. Going to be 3 games rocking. 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 8 o'clock are the 3 games that are on slate. Atlanta and Philadelphia there today, and they're playing at 4 o'clock. The Astros are playing at 6 o'clock. The Dodgers and Arizona will take on the 8 o'clock.
Ain't nobody finna watch all them damn games.
No, I mean, you flip through that. Back on the commercial, you flip and see all games on TBS, on the TBS network. So you go back and forth, hit the previous button on your remote.
I got the NBA package. I'm watching preseason basketball tonight because I don't want to watch the Astros because every time I watch, they lose. So I'm gonna help y'all out tonight, man. No, I ain't gonna lie. What time they come on? Hold on.
Oh no, midnight. They come on at midnight.
No, 6. I see y'all tomorrow. I'm out here.
No, that's 6. That's 6 East Coast time.
We go.
Jim Hicks, Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.